Second row and middle.
Jerry Humphrey III, AL.com. Coach, you've been doing this for a long time. Would you say this fall is one of the more important seasons of your career?
Man, I embrace the expectations of Auburn. You should have them there. And I think every season you should have the expectations. But the exciting thing now is I really like this locker room. And, I like the kids. I like coaching them. I like our staff. And I think we are primed. It's time now to be in every game and then start finding a way to win them by doing the little things better that we didn't last year.
Left side on the aisle.
Hugh, you and John Cohen have kind of mentioned y'all's game plan right now with pertaining to August 1st and things like that. But what is your message in particular to this recruiting class, maybe about some of the recruiting slides you've had of late?
Yeah, we're very transparent, maybe to a fault. But we're obviously operating under what we believe the intent of the settlement was, and we're really straight with them. Our interpretation is we can discuss with our our prospects, their portion of a revenue sharing model, and that's all that we can really promise right now, and that's the way we're operating. And I assure you that our administration will have a plan to change if that ever changes, but we believe that to be the way it's designed, and we'll see where that goes.
Front row.
Coach, going back, Tony Reese, WTVM. We talk about the progression of the Freeze Four from last season. Of course, guys like Cam, Bryce, Perry, now adding additional Eric Singleton with the wide receiver core. Just kind of what you're really expecting from them this year. Just kind of how have you seen these guys progress now?
I just need help figuring out how to get them all the ball. That's going to be the biggest challenge because they're all so dang talented. And they all have different skill sets and do things a little bit better. And, if you're throwing an RPO to a one-on-one guy, you want Cam Coleman doing that, and you want Malcolm running this route, and Eric and Perry, and you add Horatio to it also. And, it's a very talented room. And you got to figure out a way, though, to get certain guys the ball that can make plays with it, and you got some in that room, whether it's Malcolm and Eric in the run game or screen game or whatever you have, or whether we got to design a shot here. And, obviously you design great shots if it's the right coverage, and you got to have you can't have the mentality of, hey, we got Cam Coleman, so we're taking this shot and we're going to throw a post into a one-high look. You don't do that. But you have to have those ready to be called, because you've got to give people like Cam and Perry, these big guys, the opportunity to go make those plays, and then figure out a way for those skill guys like the Bryce and Eric and Malcolm to do the things they do.
Left side, second row.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX and College Station. I know he didn't get a lot of playing time, but Mike O'Reilly, a tight end that transferred out. Just what kind of potential and what kind of player do you see in him?
Yeah, we didn't want to lose him. We thought he had a huge upside. He's an athletic, big guy that just got really caught behind Rivaldo and Luke and B. Frazier. It was just a deep room, and but I think he's got great potential.
Two final questions. We'll start on the right, and then we'll go back in the back on the left.
Toby Rowland, KWTV. Coach, because of the way last year went for Jackson, is there scar tissue that you've had to work through with him mentally, or did he show up with confidence and swagger?
Yeah, the judge of that, I think, will come. We are doing personality tests for our entire building, and I really enjoyed studying that on Jackson and myself. And the owner of the company kind of came and sat with me and went through mine, my coordinators, and the quarterbacks, and gave me his ideas, and I thought he was brilliant. I really do, and it helped me a lot understand, how Jackson and Deuce and Ashton, how do they need to be coached by me? Because I can be, as he pointed out several times, I can be that Michael Jordan side of, you got to get this right. Why didn't you get it right? You know, instead I probably need to be more of the Scottie Pippen sometimes with some quarterbacks. And I think it's helped Jackson and I and Deuce and I, because I know even when I see them right now, I saw him sitting out there, the things that we discussed in that meeting immediately popped to my mind about, all right, what is it that Jackson needs to hear from me right now? Or what is it that Deuce or Ashton, and I need to do the whole team. I just don't know that I can, my memory's that good, but it's been very helpful, and I think he had to regain confidence. And I think that we've taken a lot of steps toward that, and I feel really good about that right now. Ultimately, I don't think there's any way you're going to really judge it until we hit the field. But he's got the swagger right now and the respect of this football team and a great understanding of our offense.
Final question, left side. Fourth.
Coach, Auburn at times last year struggled to convert red zone possessions into touchdowns. What are the keys to reversing that?
Yeah, you know, I've said publicly, you know, in our study of why we weren't as successful as we wanted to be last year, you know, what are the pieces to that? And started with turnovers, we were dead last. Then you go to red zone scoring, which you just referred to, and critical downs on defense and kicking game, not being successful on the field goals we needed to be successful on. And so we spent extensive amount of time studying. First, you look at us as coaches. How do we coach it better? Are we running the right things against the right looks? And so you look at our part in the lack of success in that area first, and we did that all spring. And then you go and add more pieces to the roster that give you a better chance to at any place succeeding. And so again, you start with you as a coach. How do we coach it better? And stay and be better in those critical areas that decide the games usually, and then you know, add to the pieces that can help make those plays successful.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. Good luck
Yep.
this
Thank
season.
you, guys.